Hello, Virgo. This is Will back again. See that glare back there? I can never quite get that right. For your August reading, I'm terribly sorry I'm so late with this. It's been a hard month in my world. I'm hoping that yours might have been a little bit better. Those dogs. So I got a mid-August read for you. Let's see what we got here. So I recently inherited this old Ouija board. Found it in my grandpa's garage. He passed away not too long ago. It's by Haskellite Manufacturing Corporation in Chicago. I Googled it and a quick search told me it's from 1940. It didn't give a specific date. 1940s. Imagery is pretty cool on it. So anyhow, we have the Temperance card. We got the Strength card. We got the Ten of Pentacles, the King of Swords, and the Tower reversed. And I also drew some Oracle cards. We'll get to them at the end. All right, Virgo. I see you as being represented by the Temperance card. To me, this card means patience and safety and the willing to abstain when necessary, or protection. I think that this is the energy that you're carrying for the month of August, or that you've had to carry up until now. You've had to be very moderate in your actions and very controlled and very collected. And maybe you've been looking out for somebody else. And this coincides with the Strength card over here as well. It's interesting because this is the Leo card, and we're in the month of August. So I see this as a card of also like perseverance, and just as the card suggests, strength. Like we're overcoming something or conquering something, and we're not necessarily using brute force to do it, although that could be the case, but we're using strength in all aspects. Strength of spirit, strength of mind, and strength of will and emotion as well. Now, I see this has been a month of material prosperity for you based on the Ten of Pentacles. This doesn't mean that we came into an abundance of money or that we will, but we've had some kind of material success, or we're likely to have one, perhaps in the workforce, at home, something to do with the things that we have, the people in our life, or perhaps even our health. This has been a pretty good month for you so far, and some potential outcomes. And, you know, looking at this intuitively, I do see there being some struggle either unraveling right now, or has already began to unfold, or will unravel in the future. And you're going to have to there's going to be one of two ways that this is going to play out. Number one, you're going to have to continue to exercise your temperance energy, that patience and collectiveness, and you know, these are all things that I think that Virgos embody internally already. But you're going to need to be logical, like maybe coldly logical and strong and forthcoming, and you're going to have to tell it like it is and make some serious, decisive judgment. And this in this month. Oh, something glitched out there, it looks like. We see the King of Swords as a potential outcome here, and the King of Swords embodies a mastery of logic and intellect and thought and general, like thinking things through rationally. Now, another potential outcome, and I don't necessarily see this as a bad outcome, but I drew the Tower reversed. And, you know, people see this as an inherently bad card. Some people even see this as the most negative card in the deck. I don't really blame them, but I like to look at the card as seeing the Tower as something that didn't need to be there in the first place. It's a building, or the building is representative of a structure, an institution, or an idea that exists in our lives that wasn't necessarily meant to be there, and it's got to crumble for new things to rebuild, to come up with bigger and better and more beautiful things in the future. And I see this as a potential outcome. And being that it's reversed, you may be a little resistant to this change, Virgo, and I can see this being a bit of a struggle for you. I don't know what this is exactly going to involve or if this will even happen, because I like to look at these as, there's many potential outcomes to these readings. I'm not a fortune teller, I just read the cards. And I want you to work on not resisting change. It doesn't necessarily have to be a negative thing. If something catastrophic, well, catastrophic isn't a good word, but that's the word that comes to mind with the Tower card, is catastrophe. I don't necessarily think of catastrophe as having to be inherently bad if we don't resist it and we just kind of go with the flow and we are flexible and realize that there's bigger and better things in the future for us. So I also drew some oracle cards here for you from the Radiant Sun deck. I drew the Intuition card. I see this as being a trait that Virgos embody all the time as well, and this is something that you're going to want to capitalize on this month. Eccentricity. This might be something that you guys struggle with a little bit, but I think that this is something that you should also embrace. It's not bad to be a little eccentric, and it's okay to be different, and it's okay to set yourself apart. I think that's what draws people to you, and that's what makes you attractive. I also got the Lust card. Now, we take these cards at face value, but I don't think that the Lust card is necessarily a bad thing. I think that you should try to use lust to your advantage and recognize when it is lust and when it is love, because oftentimes those two emotions can get kind of muddied in humans. We want to be mindful of infatuation and lust and what we want from people, and also be conscious of when what we're feeling is has developed into actual love. Sometimes it's difficult to know the difference. Now, I don't know if I want to take this next card at face value or not. My intuition is telling me not to, but this may be true for some of you Virgos, but I drew the Birth card. See that little baby there and the angel, pregnant angel. Now, at my glance here, I related the Birth card to the Tower card. So in order to give birth and make way for something new and beautiful, oftentimes something old and decrepit that's no longer serving us has to fall first. So we want to give birth to new ideas or new feelings or even new people or new creation, and get rid of the old. Do not resist the change this month, Virgo. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys back in September, hopefully.